Today let us look at the basic parameters for education. Most books and texts give us the following matter which I have given in my slide. But the most important parameter when we are looking at education are two. One, the Karaka for intelligence, that is Mercury, and Jupiter, Karaka for knowledge, should have very good relationship. That means to say they should be placed well or aspect each other or be in Kendra or Trikona from each other. Secondly, neither Mercury nor Jupiter should be either in the enemy's house or in a debilitation position. The second most important thing is the dashas of the fourth house. The dasha should have a relationship with the fourth house or the fifth house or their lords. And the dasha should not be the dasha. They may have a relationship with the fourth house or the fifth house, but they may also be an 8th lord dasha or a 12th lord dasha. For example, you have for a Libra Lagna, Mercury will become the 12th lord and the 9th lord. Since the 12th lord falls in the Mula Trikona Sthana, it is an enemy to a Libra Lagna. Therefore, a dasha of Mercury, even if aspecting the 4th house or the 5th house, but being the dasha of the 12th lord, might not be favorable for an education pattern to be smooth. Therefore, even though we say dasha should have a relationship with the 4th house or the 5th house or their lords, they should not be the dashas of 8 or 12. Again, the transits should be favorable during the time of their education, like SSLC, pre-university, or a degree, final degree examination. Because the second house is standing for an early education, the 4th house stands for both primary and secondary education till the native is in pre-university, and the 5th house stands for higher education, that is the degree education by Indian standards, and the 9th house stands for post-graduation or double degree in an Indian system of education. When we have malefic planets, when we are telling malefic planets, we mean hard planets, or we mean a planet who is a non-Jiva planet like Saturn, Mars, Sun. Even though Sun is the Jiva Karaka, the Sun is considered a harsh or a Krura planet, Rahu. Ketu sometimes gives us education in medicine. These are the planets which, if linking with Mercury or with Jupiter, would give us a scientific education or a science background, whereas a Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Moon link to the Mercury Karaka for intelligence and Jupiter the Karaka for knowledge by themselves would give us soft studies like arts, accounts, banking, business administration, crafts, or dancing, singing. Any of the, like Venus would give us more artistic ventures, Moon also would give us more artistic ventures, whereas Mercury and Jupiter by themselves, depending on which Rashi they are situated, will give us an education either in the field of accounting, where accounting would become Jupiter stronger than Mercury, or in the field of business where Mercury is stronger than Jupiter. For example, if Jupiter Mercury happen to be in Aries, they may give you a more administrative job. or an administrative education. If it is in Taurus, it would probably give you a finance background, because Taurus is a finance background. If they are associated with Gemini, it would probably give you a communication background. If it is associated with Cancer, the probability would be more accounts or finance or even fine arts. If it is in Leo, a definite administrative field. If it is in Virgo, a commercial field. If it is in Libra, we normally relate Libra to law and law. If it is in Scorpio, we may kind of relate it to secret agencies, to fields where people don't know what subject you are working at. If it is in Sagittarius, we would probably say administration, we would say law and order, or we could probably go for finance or treasury. If it is in the 10th house, that is Capricorn, we generally attribute it to labor and labor orientation, probably labor law, go into labor law, or she may go into labor or company accounting or cost accounting or something like that. So in Aquarius, it would definitely be money or finance related. In Pisces, again, it could be soft arts, or it could be what we call it treasury, insurance, something like that. So each planet, each Rashi also gives us a kind of education where the planets are tickling, right? Now let us look at a chart which has a science background. Now the first thing which I said was a Jupiter-Mercury combination. In this chart, we will see that the Jupiter-Mercury are in 5-9 combination, and Mercury has not only got exalted, it is also associated with Sun, forming a best what is called Buddha Aditya Yoga, because the Rashi of Virgo, where not only Mercury exalts, it is the Mula Trikona, it is his own house. Therefore, a Buddha Aditya Yoga in Mercury could be considered one of the best yogas to have. Secondly, we find that the 4th house Lord is associated with the 9th house. The 5th house Lord is associated with the 7th house. The 9th house Lord is associated with the 5th house. Therefore, there is a link of Kendra and Trikona, that is the 5th house and the 4th house and the 9th house are linked. Now, the Saturn aspects Mercury, right? Saturn 7, 8, 9, 10 does not aspect Moon, but Moon is aspected by Sun and Mercury. Therefore, there is a link of Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Sun, Moon, right? Therefore, since I am having two strong planets like Mercury, Saturn and Sun, and one soft planet like Moon, the native should go for an education in the science field. Now, let us look at the Dasha. It was a Mercury Sun Dasha when the native entered his science degree. Now, Mercury is the 8th Lord and the 11th Lord for the Scorpio Lagna, and he is placed in the 11th house. The 11th house is the Mula Trikona Sthana of Mercury, therefore not considering a bad house or a malefic dasha. This dasha becomes a good dasha or a benefic dasha. It is also associated with the 10th Lord Sun, aspecting the 9th Lord Moon. So if you look at the link, you will get a link. The 5th house is linked because Mercury and Sun is aspecting the 5th house. It is linked to moon, who is the 9th lord. The Mercury himself is the 11th lord. The sun himself is the 11th lord. So the native was having a punya to have a positive education during the dasha period of Mercury sun. Now during transit, Saturn in transit was in Aquarius, Jupiter was in Libra, again linking the 4th house and the 5th house. Thus we see when we have strong planetary influences, the promise in the chart is also followed in the Navamsha. The strong promise in the chart has been associated with a strong dasha for the native to be a graduate in science field. In the next slide, or in the next chart or next file, let me try and work out of a student with good promise and not good education. Thank you.